here's the thing that I wonder. If the Browns do go out and sign a tackle, maybe even a higher echelon guy and a lower level guy, could you see them potentially trying to go different position? Could you see them trying to find a way if Simmons slips down to 7 to try to go up and get a linebacker as well?
Right. So I was kind of pounding the table for Isaiah Simmons on Twitter up until he ran that, I think, 4.39 40, and then everyone figured out, not that it was any secret, but the whole Twitter world knew what kind of prospect Isaiah Simmons is and will be in the NFL. So when the rumblings were there, the chances, the forecasting that he could fall to 10, that would be a situation the Browns couldn't pass up. As we've talked about with Simmons, he's going to be the new type of defensive player in the NFL that can cover anywhere from your best receiver to your most talented tight end to your running back coming out of the backfield. If somehow Simmons is there at 10, I don't see them passing. Now, you asked about moving up. That is an interesting thing that could happen, and the only way I really see it happening is if, like we said, the Browns identify maybe 1 or 2 offensive linemen. If they really tier this thing out, if they see 1 or 2 guys they want, but they're gone, and then the other 2 they're not so high on, and they think they can maybe find a guy at 41, and they address the position in free agency, maybe you could see a guy like Simmons coming to Cleveland in a small trade-up or something like that. You can't miss on Simmons, but I also don't think you can miss on these tackles too.
The other thing is free agency, which will, the legal tampering period starts in a couple, we'll know in a couple weeks.
Right.
And the one thing that, we mentioned last week on this show is Andrew Berry and Kevin Stefanski didn't tip their hand even remotely what they're thinking. So you'll get a good idea of what they're thinking in the draft. If they don't go out and get one high end and another tackle, it's a pretty safe bet.
Right.
Tackle's going to happen at 10.
Right. And really, whether what happens in free agency or not, it almost feels like that's what has to happen at 10. Again, the depth of the position is there, but everything's going to be gone by probably the top 20 picks. That's how highly graded these offensive tackles are. Usually you see maybe 1 or 2 tackles in a class like this, and now you're looking at 4 of them. So even if they do pass on a tackle at 10 and think they can trade back and grab one in the 20s or so, these guys aren't going to be there. So it really does feel like offensive tackle is the position, and luckily for the Browns, it's okay that it's not a secret because there's a plethora of them.